Welcome to Saraswat classes, and this is Dr. Rudasakar over here. Now, in question number 92, it was given P and Q are isomers of cyclopentadiene dimer. A representative energy profile diagram of dimerization below is given below. The correct statement about the reaction under ambient conditions is now you see, as you can see, that Q over here is in terms of energy higher than that of P. So obviously P is our thermodynamically controlled product and Q is our kinetically controlled product. Okay. Now, kinetically controlled products usually take place at lower temperatures, whereas P forms at higher temperatures. And I would like to mention that the spontaneous dimerization of cyclopentadiene at room temperature to form cyclopentadiene proceeds to around 50% conversion over 24 hours and yields endo in a better 99.1 ratio as it is the kinetically favored product. Okay. Now, what really happens over here is that when you have the two cyclopentadiene units, if you take the molecular orbital diagram for the cyclopentadiene, then as you can see that when these two units are combining, okay, here this lobe is in phase with this lobe, and when they are combining, the product will mostly be the exo where the hydrogens are pointing downwards. Okay, hydrogens are pointing downwards, so this is the exo product. However, when you combine the two cyclopentadiene in units in such a way that these two lobes are in phase with these two lobes, okay, and there is a bond formation between them. If you look at the back orbitals, then these were also in phase with these orbitals. Okay, the top one is in phase with the down one. Okay, but here there were no bonding is taking place in real time. Okay, this kind of product that is formed over here where the hydrogens will be on the top, the hydrogens will be like this in this direction. So this is called the endo product. A better explanation of this can also be seen if we consider the slide next, which I've taken from the Warren Clayton and Wathers book. Okay. Now this is the combination of the two units of cyclopentadiene, which is forming the endo uh, product. As you can see from the orbital diagram itself, that this one is in lobe with that one, shown by the orange arrows where the bonding is taking place. All right. And if you look at the back orbitals, then also you will say they are also with these orange arrows, you're seeing that there is a stabilization factor. Okay. They are not forming any bond, but there is a stabilization factor. Because of the stabilization factor, okay, this particular product will be formed more at room temperature. Okay. And the endo product will be the major product at room temperature. Now, for the question that was given, the correct statement about the reaction under ambient conditions. Under ambient conditions means, say, at room temperature or something nearby that. Okay. So under ambient conditions, obviously the kinetically product control product will be formed. So Q should be our product over here. So what we will say that Q is the major product and it is formed faster. Kinetic control products are formed faster, where the factor enhancing this formation, as I've shown in the next slide, is this orbitals in phase that help the bonds to form between these two units faster. Okay. Next. Here we have been given the correct match of reagent in column 1 for the selective cleavage of protecting groups. In column 2 and the following substrate we have to find out. All right. Now here, this is tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride in THF. All right. Fluoride has a high affinity for silicon. Okay. So if you are using tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride, which is the formula for this, so it will, what it will do, it will attack the silicon and it will break the SiO bond, okay, and not affecting any other protecting groups, just like THP, that is tetrahydropyran, or the benzyl protecting group. However, if you're using acetic acid in presence of water and THF, then the tetrahydropyran will get protonated and it will enhance its cleavage. So selectively, the tetrahydropyran unit, which is used for protection of alcohols mostly, can be cleaved off. If you're using lithium hydroxide in presence of water and THF, this is the benzyl unit will be going away. So for A, we have 3. For B, we have 1. A, we have 3. B, we have 1. For C, it will be 2. So here, 1 should be our correct answer. Okay, for the next question. Okay, so this is like a question that was observation that was made by Fisher in around 1894. All right, D-glucose was treated with ETSH and 2 equivalent amount in concentrated HCl. What Emil Fisher observed was D-glucose on reaction with ethyl dithiol in presence of aqueous hydrochloric acid. It gave a diethyl dithioacetal at high yield. Now the difference between ethanethiol or ethanol, okay, which will not break the ring, but ethanethiol will attack the aldopyranose ring and it will break it up to form the acylic sugar unit. So that is a difference between a thiol and a alcohol when you do the reaction in presence of concentrated HCl. Okay, so this is on reaction, this is the product. So if you match the products, we will say 4 is the answer over here. For the next, okay, over here we have to match in the question 95. List 1 with list 2. Functional groups are given. Respective approximate asymmetric and symmetric stretching frequencies are given. For NH bonds of RNH2, as you can see over here, again the information taken from Warren-Claydon. For anti-symmetric stretch, we have 3,400 centimeter inverse. For a symmetric stretch, we'll be getting 3,300 centimeter inverse. Okay, this is a memory-based question. Now for the NO bonds, okay, of alkyl nitrate, we will say for the symmetric stretch, we have 1350, and for anti-symmetric stretch, we will have 1550. All right. For the CO bonds of anhydride, as I have mentioned over here, the symmetric stretch will be 1810, and the asymmetric stretch will be as 1790. It is 1790 and 1810. Okay, not now. For the next question, 96. The major product formed in the following reaction sequence is given. Here we have been given acetic anhydride in presence of Lewis acid, ZnCl2. Now what happens when you have acetic anhydride and ZnCl2? There will be a formation of an electrophile. So the lone pair will attack or will be taken up by Zn, forming the corresponding anion, and this is the electrophile. This electrophile can be attacked by the pi bond of the furan in the 2 position, okay, and it will undergo electrophilic substitution reaction as I have shown in the mechanism. Now what happens after the substitution has taken place when the one of the 2 positions is blocked? So if you do nitration in this compound, then normally electrophilic substitution reactions take place in the furan at 2 and 5 position. So if one is blocked, in other position 5 will be exposed to substitution. So the nitro group should be entering the 5 position, undergoing electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction, and so our product will be something like this, which now we can identify as to be